beast unfed, fantastic at the helm, eyes like steel. Peachy squawks, this storm ain't real. Coffee's hot, but the night is cold. Whispers rise from the deep untold. Ghosts and aliens, beasties in the seas, sailing through the madness on black water breeze. Fantastic and peachy, chasing mysteries. Tired of the storm and tired of the calm. Bring me that horizon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Waves crash hard, a world's on fire. Lightning strikes like a demon's choir. Peachy's flapping, shouting, take it steady. Tim Tam's here and the coffee's ready. Let's just get back to business. Research and seek and find supernatural wonders, every single kind. Get ready for some new things while honoring the old. Through stormy weather, stick together. The world outside is cold. Yeah.
Coffee swirl,
Dreams collide.
dreams collide.
Storms a mirror.
Storms a mirror to the dark inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghosties and aliens, beasties in the seas, sailing through the madness on black water breeze. Fantastic and peachy, chasing mysteries. Tired of the storm and tired of the con. Bring me that horizon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This seat's taken. Oh, this seat's taken. Oh, oh, oh.
There I am. Sorry. Just let me get some music on because I forgot last time. As Leap reminded me. No, that's not the right bit. Oh, how do I work StreamYard? Hang on. I'm such a professional, it's awesome. There we go. Right. Sorry I chopped and changed the live time, guys. I was going live last night. But with Crow going live, it's more important for him to be live and everybody be in there. Not that I'd have taken much from Crow, but you know what I mean. I'd have been talking to myself, but it was important for him to go live, I think. But I've had a couple of hours power nap. I was freezing in bed, absolutely freezing, so I put the desk heater on and I got up. And it's now back on cold fan. My temperature is up and down. Anyway, quit whinging. I'll have coffee. Let's see who's here. Stop waffling, Sarah. Crowd the chat, alrighty. Yeah, already. That's what I do. Crow the chat. You heard it here first. Let's take it to. I don't know if Laura's still in, but hey, Laura, hope you had a good live. I'm sorry I had to. Actually, I crashed before SEG finished. you know. But I know that Elaine's clipped the singing, which I think was most of the live today. Let me try and say it. Don't, Carly, you get some rest if you need to get some rest. Don't worry about me. This is an extra live. So just one of my late night lives to try and catch the different peeps that can't make the day ones. So, no stress. I'd rather you looked after yourself, darling. Hey, Caroline, how are you doing? Jodie Mischief, I rarely post in live. Oh, no problems. Good to see you, sweetie. Good to see you saying hello. Raven's awake. Me too. Just dozing for 2 hours has helped. Hopefully, I don't crash again. I haven't seen that yet. I think I'm too behind. Behind on everything. Behind on everything. Sending Sarah infinite coffees. Oh, Sarah needs it today. Needs it tonight. It's been a confusing few hours. Raven! Paul's coffee, French roast, anyone? Ooh, Mike's offering coffee. Grab it while it's hot. No, but French toast. Oh, I like French toast. Might have some French toast. Well, it is the morning, but you know, for breakfast. Oh, get my eyes in focus. I bought a PS5 Pro. Really? How was your mine? My combo. Don't know. Jodie wants French toast, Mike. Aussie cat. Hey. God, I know I did an impromptu live on Monday, but it's weird doing an official live at this time of night. Everybody's asleep. Quite rightly. Sage Rat, how you doing? Nosferatu Cat, hey. Alexis, morning again to you too. Oh, it's been a busy night for lives with Crow, and I enjoyed the sightings. I enjoyed that. It'd be great if you can work out that he can show unsolved mysteries as well. Good live, and then Seg's live was the singing live, so how do I rate that? Interesting. Some interesting choices by people today. And guys, don't put up with Seg not knowing a tune. So just reading the lyrics and making shit up. Come on. It was the impression of Evil on Earth that made me laugh. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. Pinky, how are you doing? Kiwi, can only stay a short time. Oh, no problem, darling. I'm so pleased you dropped in. Felgoth Gal, how are you doing? How are you? Hope you're good. Dragon Ranger, evening to you. Or if you're UK, 20 to 4 in the morning. Yeah, crazy. I've got everybody so far. Didn't I get Mike O? Today's it, Thursday. Oh, you had a good live, Mike. Soul Spirit Crystals, well worth checking out. Crow and Seg, yes. Oh, a busy night for the terrible twosome. Cag. Have you recovered from all the assaults on your eardrums? By the way, Ozzy's in the chat. I would take extreme offence that SEG doesn't even know the tune to Waltz Matilda. I know the tune to Waltz Matilda. I'm not in Oz. I did say deport him in the chat, but we don't want him back, so give him a parrot for his shoulder and set him on the high seas as a pirate so he doesn't have to have a country. Cree, hello. Actually, I'm a big Tom Waits fan, and he does an awesome version of Waltz and Matilda. Jody says, "Cag, doesn't your boss ever let you sleep?" Oh, got a new venue. Is it quarantine something? Alison never the Taskmaster. Something tells me that Cag can handle herself. She's awesome. Yeah, only the best. Missed the Tale of Crow's live due to having to help a neighbour out. I think he may continue some of the ones he was looking at. That was a good live, and those. Do you know what? It's nice being able to watch. It's nostalgic as well, but it's nice being able to watch different type of content. That's one of the things I'm on a mission for at the minute, is different type of content rather than the same old, same old. So it's nice that, you know, you're not just watching YouTube videos, etc. The paranormal existed before YouTube. So it's interesting to see one in some cases new stories, but in also sometimes just how things, like I say, I've said before, we didn't invent the paranormal, and how some of the same old is there. Scratchers and psychics, and if I dispute these awful kidney stones being off, you still dealing with that? Are they giving me anything, Pinky? Try and dissolve them. My internet is being sucky tonight. It keeps cutting in that. Oh, that's so rude of the internet. So rude. Wiz, hey. Oh my god, there's an offer with the phone company I'm in. A new phone with a PS5 for free. How much is the phone? Is the phone like 2,000 quid or something? Jody Music send you some love. Pink had the kidney stones before. Yeah. Mine are very small. I have a kidney infection. It's bad enough. Really painful. So, healing love for Pinky. I only liked and everything today and couldn't even watch too much adulting. Oh. I had every intention, again, of doing adulting today, and yeah, I was in bed all day again. Sucks. I am sick of this, not just being asleep all day. Well, on and off. COPT sucks. Like the white. No, I do not. QE. Come on, I had a power nap. I've modded in 2 live streams. What? Well, okay, I left SEG 20 minutes early, so what? 5 or 6 hours of live streams. 2 power naps, and I wake up to white chocolate. I cry. It'll come back around eventually, helping people out. Just irritating to leave in the middle of a life. That's okay. None of us expect people to, I mean, I know if you want to be, because I tend to stick if I've got time through lives, but you can't always do it. There's so many. I'm moaning because it's my job. I get paid to moan. Awesome. I want that job. Hey, how's your cat? Oh, do you know? I didn't put any super chats in today, but I've got a few that I've got a couple, two or three that will be on one of them. SEG calls himself Australian, doesn't even know the word. Didn't know the tune, Caroline. If you don't know the words. I've never been to Australia. I know the words, and not just because of Tom Waits. And he's English, by the way. So we do have. I mean, the English do have a lot of cultural knowledge of Australia because we have a lot of the same popular culture stuff crossover. There's no excuse for it. Don't put up with it. SEG ruined certain music for me. Yeah. A lot of artists are going to get listened to again. Lovely soul, pleasant voice, good natured Sarah, kind regards. Hey, Ocean of Spiders. So good to see you. We had a delightful live. Delightful. How many requested Crow make in the end? Did he make any at the end? It was the Evil Unearthed one. That's the clip I want from Elaine. And he changed the lyrics. Well, he didn't even do the tune. We changed the lyrics. That was funny. Wait, who calls SEG Australian? Well, he lives in Australia. He's not Australian. But, live in Australia, if you should know the words to the bloody Waltz and Matilda. I say I know them. I'm English. Cag and Alison need to sing Queen's I'm Going Slightly Mad. Thought you were going to say Bohemian Rhapsody. If you had Bohemian Rhapsody, you know that bit where it's the four faces? You could have it with SEG in the middle, and you could have PQ and Alison and Cag around him, all singing Bohemian Rhapsody. There you go. Even I know what's Matilda. Yeah. Do you know something? It's weird because often Wednesdays are quite quiet. It's actually why initially, by the way, I actually did my evening live for last night, because Wednesdays are pretty quiet, and then there ended up being a traffic jam. Izzy Pop, hey sweetness, saw you were live tonight. Oh, please got a membership. Laura's lurking and working. Doesn't know the tunes to a lot of songs. I'm dying. Apart from Oasis, I don't think you got any of them right. Got Oasis right though, of course. I know the tune to What's Matilda. Me too. Cag deserves a pay raise. She does when she's got SEG staying. Kiwi Kids. Hang on. Oh, I want that highlight. There we go. Kiwi Kids used to have to sing What's Matilda in primary school. I don't know. I mean, it's just a known song over here. I think the Pogues did a version of it as well. Slightly different. They changed it quite a bit, but I'm sure the Pogues did it as well. But just generally, I'm American, you might know what's Matilda. The only person on the planet that doesn't know what's Matilda is SEG. There you go. I got a snoring cat in my lap. I'm jealous of the cat. I'm going to restart and see if I can get my feed working. I just have a spinning wheel. No, Sarah. Oh no, yeah, buffering. I've heard of Waltz and Matilda, but I don't know the words. The trouble with me with Waltz Matilda is when I think Waltz Matilda, I do think of the Tom Waits version. So the original song, I probably don't, but I know the chorus. Exactly, Raven. SEG doesn't know the lyrics to anything anyway. This is true. Kaza, somebody get Kaza some coffee. Kaza's my fellow coffee queen sister. Finally caught one of your lives up here, and I'm lurking. Not a problem. We love our lurkers. I made sing BB, so it was a good day. BB. Maybe Seg just listens to shitty music. He needs to expand his horizons. Next time I have Crow on, that's that. We learned Waltz Matilda in grade school. I don't remember learning it in school, but just know it. I've had a few quiet days. It's been lovely. Oh, getting some rest, and it's been Cag's birthday as well. So hope you're doing well. I'm not doing too bad. I could complain, but people are tired of me complaining. I'm tired of people complaining. Sound a bit better. Yeah, I'm less croaky than I was. That helps, and because I got a couple of hours. Didn't sleep as such, but sort of dozed. It's that's helped. It's a new phone. Wow. I pay a stupid amount for. I don't pay for my phone. No, it's just I keep meaning to change it because I never leave the house. I don't need it. I use the bloody internet for calling most people. Kaz, a new member. Thank you for becoming a member, sweetie. I appreciate you. Good to see you. What is adulting? It's all the shit I should be doing during the day, which I could be doing today if it wasn't the fact that I'm awake all night and asleep all day. Apologies, Sarah, I was already subbed. It's all right, darling. No pressure. Just good to see you. You're doing amazing, Sarah. Thank you. I exhaust. I'll probably sleep all bloody tomorrow, today as well. But it's okay. I'm at home all day. I work for myself. Doesn't matter what hours I do, as long as I do them. Yes, so COP does suck. Creed, you know what? I'm not going to rattle on about it because people would be sick of me saying it, but it's just a learning experience. I was in hospital just under a year ago. It was about middle of December. I ended up being rushed into hospital. Took them months to diagnose it, but it's just a learning curve as to how it affects you in different conditions like weather and all that stuff. I've had a cold this week, literally just a cold, nothing worse, but even that's affected it. So it sucks. It sucks. Alison, everybody was just saying how awesome you two are. Susan Cag was saying what amazing it is working with you. And I was saying how I can't believe Seg lives in Australia and doesn't know Waltz Matilda. Sort him out. Hope everything's going okay, Alison. COPD here. Yeah, actually, do you know, since I sort of said earlier in the year that I've been diagnosed, I don't think I'd even heard of it, and then suddenly, several people in the chat sort of say, "Yeah, I've got COPD." It's weird. It sucks. While feel free to planking me in Kiwi's place. Not a problem. You can have a very special planking. Keep meaning to try and planking for journey music. Um, there we go. Right. Alison, I get paid. Alexis, sorry, I get paid not to not moan, but it doesn't work. Hey, somebody wants to pay me not to moan. Yeah, it wouldn't work, actually. I'd be getting my pay cut all the time. Demons are sending you white chocolate in your dreams, sir. Sorry to hear that. I know. And nightmares about white chocolate. Jodie says, love from mods and give Kagan pay rights. Kagan Alison, are you live today for me? Tonight? We're back to the lives. Seg and I was singing in my car and he was as crap as he was on the live. I'd like to act shocked at that. It's the high pitch. I don't know. Every song Seg sings. Say that quick. Or at all. Sounds the same. Just sings it his way. Did someone? Now I asked when he did the Evil and Earth one. I asked somebody to clip it, and I think Raven. I think Elaine's clipped it all or recorded it. Australians were originally British people left on an island to die. See, I don't know a lot. I love the Aussies. I always have done. When I was 19, I moved down to London and had a lot of Australian mates down in London. Just clicked with them. Obviously there'll be differences, but there's a lot of, especially humour and general attitude. Not necessarily saying to the whole UK, but to me, Bolshie, northeast lass. Actually, I think Alison's Newcastle, was she? Have I got that right? I give myself pay raises. You do that, somebody has to. Oceans, it's 1:50 p.m. where I am. I bet chat is jelly. I bet you have to use. That's what we say, where I am. I have to rush to bed to sleep after this stream. Please don't encourage Seg to destroy Queen. Oh, I super chatted last year for him to do Bohemian Rhapsody. It took me about 8 months to get it. He sang it quite freely tonight for somebody else. Keep watching out for the Adelaide Jail collab. There may have been the singing. Oh, awesome! That is awesome. Sorry, just got interrupted. Oh, it's so good. Kakad Seg singing in a car. Hazard pay. Yeah, that could be dangerous. 5 of us if you include Seg mumbling. Is E-Tron in? Oh, there's E-Tron. Hey, E-Tron. I bet he knows the theme song to The Crown. Ugh. I swear that thing about The Crown is because he doesn't live here anymore, so he's homesick for that sort of stuff. Because I don't know anybody who watches that bloody thing. I'm sitting here singing Waltz of Matilda. Isn't Matilda a kangaroo dancing by the billabong? So, is she? Oh, Backstreet Boys. Matilda is a swag. What's a swag? Should I know what a swag is? Kaza, sending you all the coffees you treasure. I'm a cheap date. Buy me coffee. I'm a happy person. I'm very happy. Tomorrow is today, relatively speaking. It is for me. Yesterday's a fortnight away. Pay Caroline extra for Gozzy's speech lessons. It's not very often I need a something explaining, but I don't know swag. Billabong's like a pond or something, isn't it? It's a sage rat. Ethan says, I'm getting pains in my chest. Yeah, that's a chest infection. My doctor told me I'm supposed to tell them. Doesn't mean I do. Waterhole. I knew. Couldn't think of the alternative name for it, but I knew it was that. I knew that was that. Does alcohol and painkillers have a negative effect on the soul? I think from the conversation we had the other night, I think it's separate. I got a planking. Wee. Am I behind the chat? Oh, I'm not too bad. 6 minutes. Billabong's an Aussie brand. Nice to stay dry when my emoji comes out with a milky bar for Sarah. Oh, not try anymore. There may be an incoming, by the way. I take no responsibility for the possible guest that's about to come on. A kind group of people creatures. Oh, I like that. People creatures. I like that. I'm going to hold off thinking of spur the moment question until someone else asks a question to Sarah. You have no idea what may be about to happen if something doesn't go wrong. Look into the black magic and ancient Gnostics. There you find the path you seek. Can anybody remember, by the way, because I want to do some research on it, and I can't remember if it was my live or somebody else's, but we were talking about somebody mentioned this idea. Actually, it might be in Oceans. I don't know, was it you, Oceans? Gave a name to this sort of thing where that there's a belief that not everything would have. The universe is always going to keep some secrets. Because I'm a big one, is I would like a lot explained, but I also think we should keep some stuff that we don't know and some mystery. And somebody mentioned a name, and I can't find it because I want to. I'm starting to do some stuff on metaphysical, and I was wondering if anybody could remember what that was called. Watch Kagan Allison. There's Adelaide's. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Linky Poo, please show them some love if you're not already. Big fan of Alison and Cag. They have my vote. How far behind the chat is Sarah? 3 minutes. 3 minutes, Wayne. Coming in here with your attitude. That's a third planking tonight. And your chat's just jumped. There we go. Swag is a rolled up bed you carry on your back. I had a feeling it was something you carry, but I wouldn't have guessed bed, actually. I know what you mean, like a sleeping bag. Didn't know that was called swag. I knew SEG wouldn't know Evil Unearthed. You would. I seek peace and pizza. Where shall I look? on the ground to sleep. Yeah, we'd call that a sleeping bag. I can't stand them because even in really cold weather, my feet have to stick outside the blankets. I don't like my feet hot, so put me in a sleeping bag and it's like torture. It's absolute torture. I've looked into many of that stuff, but I can't remember the sources I used to watch. But it's very interesting insight, especially ghostism and the concept of actually Archon sounds Gnosticism. Sorry, I've read that wrong. At least that gives me a place to start because I want to look into it more. Because I do think that the universe. I don't know how else to put it. I do think the universe kind of does that. I'm just getting a cup of tea. Can't have coffee now. Woke up, thought it was only about 12. Black magic seems a bit wild too. Kiwi's off to bed. Keep Becca better, Sarah. I'll try. I'm trying, Kiwi. The difference between crowing the chat and secondly the apology. Buckle up, guys. Hey.
Hey, Sarah. How are y'all doing?
They're good. I'm actually awake because I did manage to I managed to get a couple of hours power napping after SEG, so
awesome. Man, how about SEG singing tonight? Holy shit, that was probably an all-time worst.
That
was fucking awful.
I'm just pleased Elaine's clip got it because the evil unearthed.
Oh my god, that was actually pretty funny though.
It was.
I do not sound like Trent Reznor at all, but to him probably I do.
So, and we've I don't know if you've been lurking, sweetie, but we've been talking about the fact that he's in Australia and doesn't even know the words to Waltz of Matilda.
I don't know what that is.
But you're forgiven for that. But it's actually probably one of the most famous. The UK and Australia have close links because we have a lot of shared popular culture, a lot of common TV and stuff, right? So we tend to be quite knowledgeable about a lot of Australian stuff here. And Waltz of Matilda is it's probably if you say to anybody in the UK what's the most famous Australian song, they'd probably say Waltz of Matilda, right?
Okay. You know, did y'all see him do that opera thing when he started singing that opera shit that Spaghetti told him to sing? Did you hear that? Well,
I'd done that on the last live, made him sing Nessun Dorma, and he sang more of it when it was me. He didn't make an effort today.
You know, that when he did the opera thing, he probably could be a good singer.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, well, hold on, never mind. But yeah, it sounded pretty good for a second there, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I don't know if she sent it me yet, but Elaine O'Raven did clip the Nessun Dorma when I asked. No, you did. I thought you clipped it because I'm sure you played it on a live.
I can't remember, to be honest with you, but he did it. I ain't gonna try it. That was pretty impressive. But
yeah,
he has a vibrato though from hell, doesn't he? He has a good vibrato.
I know. It's saying a lot of it's very. Whatever the song is, he often sings quite high. And yeah, I suppose I hadn't really thought of that.
We can't sing a fucking lick, but I mean, he got a great vibrato.
Yeah, it's no competition. You're right.
But no. Also, that tiptoe. A few times he went super high. He has a very high octave.
Yeah.
So he could be good.
It's where his Mickey Mouse impression comes in, isn't it?
Can I say real quick though? When he sung Oasis, I remembered why I fucking hate Oasis so much.
Why? Because Steg sings it.
Well, it just sounded so whiny. I'm like, oh yeah, I fucking hate Oasis.
It's not just whiny, is it? It's that it's a very pretentious vocal, like they're trying too hard, you know. A bit like I don't know whether you have the same thing about it over there, but we would often say it's like that it's that sort of extra effort. People who sing, professionally in clubs and on cruise ships and stuff would put in, like, they're overdoing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a natural falsetto. Yeah, he's a not natural, what do you call it, tenor or that higher pitch it is. I forgot what it's called now.
God, I should know that. It's 5 o'clock.
I should too. I think it's a tenor. I think it's a tenor.
And tenor's the low one, isn't it?
I'm more of a baritone.
So tenor would be the middle range. I don't know. Hard questions. That's an easy one. Does anybody have a cryptid encounter? No. It's a quick answer. I tell you what, mine. This isn't cryptid. You know how we get in the UK rumours about big sort of wild cats in the countryside, like panthers and stuff like that. And which is, if they're there at all, it's because they've escaped from a zoo or whatever, but there's always rumours, like it's like rural legends.
Yeah.
And I've never seen one or encountered one, but I do remember. Oh no, incoming!
Hey yo, how's it going? hey, all that bollocks.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Surprise! Shit, what did I do?
We've been talking about you.
Oh, I hope it was all the worst, nastiest, meanest things you could possibly think
It's
of.
about your singing.
What? What about my? Oh, did you like my Crow Judas?
It was
song?
fucking hilarious. It was.
I actually made sure somebody was clipping it.
I gotta go back and read because I'm so far behind the chat. I have no idea what people is saying as I'm doing the bad songs. So I don't know. Sometimes I come across someone will say something, and I'm so far behind the chat, I have no idea what it's in reference to.
Right. Well, we'll say this real quick. The bear, when you did the opera singer, it really impressed me. It actually sounded pretty good for a split second there. Other times you went really high. You have a very high pitch. You're probably a tenor or a counter tenor. I think it's the next step up. You have a great vibrato. You can't sing worth the fuck, but you have a great vibrato. You have potential is what I'm telling you.
Crow, take us away.
It sounded pretty bad, but I liked it.
There you go.
Yes, it's worth reading the chat, Seg.
It can't sing for shit. I don't even know what a vibrato is.
When you sing, you have the shaky voice.
Freddie Mercury had a really strong vibrato.
You vibrate your voice back and forth. You're doing it. You do it naturally, I guess.
Okay. I still don't know what that means. But, okay. But Freddie Mercury, surely,
like your voice
every
wobble.
type of singing that was possible to do, he could nail. He was arguably naturally the greatest fucking pop singer ever, right? Is there a better pop singer than Freddie Mercury?
No.
He could do everything.
Yeah.
Even live with him at Volta.
I was going to say, he sure could.
For some reason, I can't see the chat on this.
Are you on private?
Oh, comments. Oh, I can see it now. Okay, I've got it. Imagine singing with a vibrato in your mouth, Seg. With a vibrator in your mouth, Seg. Okay.
You did.
Don't have to imagine it.
You did Britney Spears well, Chris says.
Thank you.
Did you do Hit Me Baby one more time?
I did.
Oh, hell yeah. I like Britney.
because you know music, you motherfucker, you always know the hardest ones to fucking... Like, when you used to be Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, this is the thing. You're saying I can't sing, but I am being given... I mean, granted, absolutely, I can't sing. But at the same time, I'm being given some of the fucking hardest songs to sing.
Yeah, I know you actually can't sing.
No, don't fucking
Somewhat.
patronize me. Don't
I know,
fucking
seriously.
patronize me. Anyway, what are you guys up to? What are you talking about other than me?
Other than you, well,
thingy.
Crow had just got here, so
Yep.
and I'm still behind on chat, so
I'm just... Oh, how dare you? Just a heads up, I've got to go pick my kids up from school in about 25 minutes. So it's just a quick kind of like stopping off to say hi kind of thing.
not a problem. Not a problem at all. God, I'm sorry, I'm going hot and cold. I'm gonna have to turn my heater on. Hopefully it won't make any difference to the noise. Hey Kels. Was fun though, says Pinky. There's your review, Sag. It's alright.
Cag, piss off.
I will give you. I was just saying in chat 2 minutes. I give it to you. I couldn't do that. So I give you credit, man, where credit is due for real. That's hard to do.
What?
Go up
Make
there
it
and
to
sing
yourself?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some might say it comes a little too easy to me. Alarmingly so.
You do seem to enjoy it. I mean, come on, own up. Despite all of the oh no.
Yeah, he loves it.
How can you recommend that?
What can I say? Like, this is my thing. It's like, you know, if I'm going to make a channel where I make fun of other people, I have to be very open to making fun of myself.
Yeah.
I love
the minute you don't do that, you just become a fucking twat.
Yep.
And I am a twat already before Cag says it. But yeah, no, you just like, this is why, like, every time I fuck up a note, I just laugh about it. Or if I can't remember the fucking lyrics, I just laugh about it while singing because it's like, it's funny. It's fucking dumb. It's funny.
It's part of the fun, though, isn't it?
You were getting some hard ones though. They're asking you songs you've never even heard of before. So
there were some people that were like, "Oh, sing this like song from like, I don't know, near 100 years ago," kind of thing. Or like, you know, like there was like a couple. Like, who was that country music person? Marshall Tucker or something like that, or Tucker Marshall.
Oh, it's the Marshall Tucker Band, isn't it? I don't know them, but
I've never heard of them before.
I haven't heard of half of them. Mind you, I did say that when you don't know the tune, it's the same tune every time. You seem to have a SEG tune. Alison said I came back from a phone call and somebody let SEG in. SEG, my husband has been having a really rough time and you had him laughing hard. It's been a long time since I heard him laugh like that. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for saying that, Cree. I hope he's doing all right. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
By the way, good tiptoe. You nailed tiptoe. You got that down.
You know what it felt? No, I didn't. Shut up. But like,
No,
what I felt with tiptoe is that someone asked me for it for a second time, and I felt, to me anyway, when I rushed it, it sounded way better than when I really tried.
Right.
So like, I did tiptoe and I tried to do it properly, and then when someone else said to me, "Can you do tiptoe?" and I was like, "Oh, tiptoe." I just did it really quick. I was like, actually, that sounded better than when I was like really trying.
Raven says SEG and Crow should do a duo singing "Time to Say Goodbye."
What is that?
Yeah, I must say I don't know it.
No, I don't know it either.
Oh, thank God it's not just me. Like AV Stevie asked me to do Jive Man, I think it was, or something like that, by the Bee Gees. I was like, I've never heard it before in my life.
Oh, you could do that.
Jive Talking.
Jive Talking. Is that a famous song?
Yeah.
No, I never heard it. I still get people having to go at me that I don't know Beth by Kiss.
I don't know the names of songs, so that's my thing.
That's
I was never a
Andy's
Kiss
good
guy
singer.
either.
I was watching Kalani and he has EMF that plays original Tiptoe for the Tulips. When it goes off, I said, wow, you have SEG here.
I wonder if he knows you sing that.
I highly doubt it.
Time to Say Goodbye by Sarah Brightman. I have
Oh, yeah, Andrew Bocelli. Yeah.
opera.
Oh, of course, Andrew Bocelli. Of course.
If I heard it, I might know it.
The Andrea Bocelli?
Andrea Bocelli's a guy.
That's what I said. That's what I said, Sarah.
Oh, I celebrate his whole catalog.
Yeah. Crow sits in his den secret listening to opera all day.
Oh, bye, Wayne. Is Wayne gone?
No, Raven's going, though. Bye, Raven.
No, she's not. It's the song she mentioned. Time to Say Goodbye is the name of the song.
Time to say goodbye then, Raven. All the best. Bye.
I'm so fucking slow.
Yes, he is the blind singer.
Stevie Wonder?
No, Andrea Bocelli's blind.
Ray Charles?
There's an urban legend going around that Stevie Wonder isn't.
I've seen some of those videos, and they're so funny to me because, like, he reaches out for things, and it's like, don't you know how blind people work? like, that's a hell of an act. That is a hell of a performance, like a lifelong performance.
Lifelong performance of being blind.
Like, that's amazing. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos.
I just recently saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? They're reaching for urban legends now. Sarah's the only culture on screen. If I'm the only culture on screen, we are in trouble.
Let me ask the second question while he's here. Do you is there still a part of you, Seg? I know you've been ghost hunting a lot. We watched a lot of paranormal stuff today, and I realized, like, I very much still believe in paranormal, right? I really don't like what ghost hunters are doing.
Yeah,
I love taking apart or try to at least give my opinion on why I think it's bullshit.
yeah,
But a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it anyway.
yeah.
But do you still have any beliefs up there that you need to think about? You know, that anything paranormal, you still believe in it somewhat?
No,
Not at all.
no. Okay, well, when you say not at all,
Mike,
I can't say like I 100% do not believe. I can't say that. No. I'm gonna give a solid 2.5%, which I actually think is quite high.
2.5?
2.5% that there could be something paranormal out there.
2.5. Okay, I think that.
2.5.
I'll take that.
But I've never experienced. I don't believe I've experienced any of it, with the exception of what might have happened when I was a kid. I don't. When I was a kid, sorry. Since ghost hunting, I don't know. I genuinely do spend time thinking about this, though. And you know that whole thing where ghost hunters say, I feel this, I feel that, I feel this, I feel that. I very, very, very rarely, even in these haunted places, get that feeling. The only time I ever felt it was at Goldfield. And I can still remember how that felt. And it did put me on edge. Sorry?
And what part were you on when you felt that?
What part? Sorry? What were you
Like, what part of the investigation were you on when you felt that?
So it was just after the tour. So we hadn't even started the investigation yet. So we were supposed to be at Goldfield for 4 hours, but the caretaker, Heather, who's very, very nice, she let us stay for an extra hour and a half. which was very nice. So we were there for like 5.5 hours. The tour went on for quite a while. It went on for like a little over an hour. And so we were like, I was a little bit like, oh Christ, we got to hurry up because we don't have that long for an investigation. But she said to me, you guys can stick around a bit longer. It's fine. So her and I were talking in the lobby area of the hotel. And I just kept behind her as I was talking to her. Obviously, I didn't have my mask on. Like I had my face. I was just talking to her, and I just couldn't stop looking at a doorway. And funny enough, I swear to God, this is true. The doorway leads to where Elizabeth. So if you know the story of Goldfield Hotel, Elizabeth is one of the sex workers who is like the most famous, I would say, ghost story of Goldfield. And the doorway would lead you to where she's supposed to haunt. Now, there's not a shred of evidence to support that Elizabeth ever existed, let alone that really, really horrible story could be possible. Like, it's more than likely an urban legend. But I couldn't stop staring at this doorway, and it made me feel weird. And Heather, who, as lovely as Heather is, she believes everything, all of it, wholehearted, hook, line, and sinker, believes everything. Like, thinks there's portals in there, all sorts, right? But what I said to her is, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, so I know you're talking to me, and I'm not making eye contact, but I can't stop staring. And she finished my sentence, it's that doorway, isn't it? And I said, yeah. And she was like, I get the same thing. Like, every now and then I can't stop staring at that doorway. And every now and then I feel like I see a shadow in there, but I'm not sure, kind of thing.
Did you know did you know when you had that feeling that's what that door was leading to?
Yes, I did.
Right.
I already knew because we did the tour of the whole place, so I knew. I had the place mapped out in my head by then. I knew where everything kind of was.
What was in that door?
Nothing was. It was just very shadowy. There was nothing in the door.
But
it was an open door. There was no actual door. It was a doorway. The door had been removed. There was no door.
Was there something that bad happened in that doorway, though?
No, it just leads. If you go through the doorway, it doesn't take you very long, and it will lead you to where the Elizabeth haunting, where the room she's supposed to haunt, her quarters, if you will.
Yeah, I wonder how much. See, that's the thing with this ghost hunting too. Like how much is psychological? But then again, you've been so many places.
Yeah.
What? Maybe there was something there with the door. Unless you're just freaking yourself out.
I personally think I was freaking myself out. I can't blame anything on jet lag because by the time I was there, like I was already in America for a little under a week. I would have been over the jet lag by then. It was the third ghost hunt kind of thing. It was the second proper video. I did like a short ghost hunt in the hotel I was staying in Las Vegas, but I already investigated the Mitzvah hotel. So it wasn't like I was so amped up for it. And like, it was I already did some investigations leading up to that. What I think a big part of it was like, I was really excited about going to Goldfield. And I was really, for me anyway, being out in the middle of the desert, driving by myself out in the middle of the desert, I just found the whole experience really exciting and really almost like a bucket list kind of thing I've always wanted to do, like drive out in the middle of the Nevada desert. You got to remember, like, I'm not American. Like, I'm a Brit living in Australia. Like, that whole Wild West frontier landscape and the whole, like, the Wild West, like, all of that is, I love the Wild West. It's all exciting to me. And I was really, really looking forward to Goldfield. It was like a huge place I've always wanted to go to. I think maybe the occasion affected me, but
you are far away from home, man. You are far away from home.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, what do you guys think of that? Like, what do you guys think of that?
What I'm going to say to that is the reason I asked you if you already knew where the door led was The biggest experience I've had, which I'll tell you off when we're off screen sometime. But the biggest one that I want to tell on my channel, but I'm frightened of telling it because of the event it's connected to in the UK, because it could end up being controversial. I may do it. I've said to my members, I may do it as a members live just to test it out. But it was something that happened before this major awful event happened. And it was one of the worst feelings I've ever had. Right? It wasn't a premonition as such. It linked to it. Okay. But the only other time I've ever had anything close to that feeling was in 2012 when I took the students to New York and we were in the Memorial Gardens, and I could not stand being in the Memorial Gardens. As soon as I walked up to that first waterfall that they've done, it's beautiful, the park they've done. I mean, it was fairly new when I was there, but it's beautiful. But as soon as I walked up to that first waterfall, I got that same feeling again. Now that second time, I kind of think, well, I kind of debunked it in a way and thinking, well, I knew where I was standing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But so I think sometimes when you know, and I am a believer, by the way, but I'm somebody who believes that things could be explained eventually. It's just I prefer unexplained to any other term. But yeah, that's why I asked, knew what was there. But in terms of the desert, can I just say, in terms of the desert, because I've been to New Mexico, and I don't know if it's being British, I love the desert too.
Yeah.
I can see why they call New Mexico the land of enchantment. It's just something that hits. I don't know whether it's because we don't have anything like it or what. But I absolutely adored the desert. I actually can't wait.
Like we have the outback out here, but I don't really live near it. It will take quite a while for me to get to the outback. Like a lot of where I live is actually surrounded by mountain ranges, quite a lot, and beaches and things like that. So for me to get out to the outback would take quite a while, and I don't do it very often.
But the other thing when I was in New Mexico, I couldn't touch anything metal. I was getting electric shocks the whole time we were there.
I was getting that a lot when I was in the mitzvah. Everything was giving me a static shock.
Yeah, everything. But the friend I went with had to literally open doors for me if they had metal handles. It's just everything. I can't go there either, Sarah.
I just seen like. I was like watching the old stuff. I've seen so much stuff where the people, you don't have it on video. There's no evidence, but the people explain some of them are very believable. Like the ones we watched today, you can obviously tell them they were full of shit. But there are some where you're like, whoa, like even when cops and stuff get involved, you're like, okay, even if it wasn't as much as they said it was, something weird still happened. Like how can grown adults mistaken this for this? And I love those kind of stories more than anything because you wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah, when it's police or ambulance or emergency services going in that really aren't going to be wanting to tell their colleagues.
I would just say, don't let the fakers ruin your, because I know when you debunk or you're reacting to fake crap all the time, it really definitely probably what happens to SEG as well. It really affects the way you look at paranormal. You're like, oh, this is all fake bullshit. Fuck it all, blah, blah, blah. But don't let them, just because they're making fake videos, affect what you believe. But again,
I agree with that.
SEG's also been everywhere. And it is funny to watch him go places, just even like Joe and stuff, because they're going to the same places these guys go to, and there's nothing at all. I mean, nothing at all.
Can I share one thing? And what I did find, and I'm firmly not a believer in you got to believe in this in order for things to happen to you. I absolutely reject that. But
I do too.
Yeah, I think if it's real, it's real. And if anything, to me, if that is your genuine argument, you've debunked yourself as far as I'm concerned. Because if you believe so wholeheartedly that things are happening and somebody doesn't believe it doesn't happen, it's in your head. That's the way I see it. But in saying that, when Paranormal Quest's video comes out of our time at Adelaide Jail, for those of you who watched that video, nothing happened while I was there. Nothing. Alison and Cag did their own little bits, but because they're at the jail, all the time, they didn't really film a proper video for that. So it was me and Paranormal Quest filmed our videos. So when Paranormal Quest did their section, which was just for their video, they did an EVP, and they picked something up in their EVP, and I was there. There was no foul play or anything like that. Their thing was fake, and I don't think they faked their content anyway. But I was like, I can't remember. I think the EVP might have said leave now. I can't remember now, but and it sounded like the word. It really did sound like the word. And I was like, fuck, like I got nothing and they got that. And even that, I would honestly say, I'm not saying it's a ghost, of course, but even picking that up is a big deal. Like that's a big deal. That's quite rare. So when all the fakers, every 5 minutes, shit is kicking off, things are banging, blah, 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 that really is nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go out ghost hunting, but I mean, I've had several experiences I can't explain over my life, but I'm 58, they haven't all happened. They don't happen weekly. And I haven't gone looking for them, do you know what I mean? So, thank you, Sky, you treasure. You are a treasure.
Nice one, Sky.
So, because Seg's here, I'm Seg in the chat. Blame Seg. It happened with Crow as well. Yeah, it's I don't believe that you have to believe thing.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Or if it can happen, it should happen.
I mean, I do believe in the possibilities, but the one thing I was always skeptical of, even with all my experiences, was actually seeing what people call a ghost or a full body apparition. And there was a place I used to sell my artwork that I used to work behind the desk a couple of days a week, and I won't tell the full story, but I was in there, and the people who'd done the place up had said, oh, it's haunted, and I said, I don't really get any feelings on that in here. And that's where the only one time I saw what I can only explain as a full body apparition was in there. Yeah. And it was early. It was about 9 o'clock in the morning. So.
Sorry, can I just go back? Aussie Cat said that, yes. Sorry, when I was talking about mine, I meant my video I did with just the one I just uploaded with Paranormal Quest and LA Haunted Horizons. We also did an event where we hosted a bunch of people that had like a ticketed event to come to the jail, and half of them split off with Paranormal Quest and another half split off with myself and LA Haunted Horizons. And I think, Aussie Cat, what you're talking about is the very beginning of the first group we had. We were in actually the same area that I was in for my video called The New Building. And there was I don't think it was a door, because we tried to I tried to recreate the door slamming sound, and you guys said it sounded different. But there was a really loud knock. And I think Adelaide Haunted Horizons have that on. They filmed everything, so that was kind of freaky. And that was a really loud knock. I have no idea what that could have been. Like, we tried to figure it out, but we couldn't recreate it. So weird things do happen.
Yeah.
And when you can't, I mean, that when I would talk about the full body apparition, which was an extreme example, but I still today tried to debunk that, and it was about 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? My brain has always been, as much as I'm open to possibilities, trying to explain everything. But if you're gonna hear a loud knock and automatically assume it's paranormal, that's the problem, isn't it?
I mean, you kind of. I can understand. Like, context is everything as well. If I'm literally, I don't know, going. If I'm in a garage or something like that, and I hear a loud knock, I'm just going to assume. I don't think anything of it. If I'm in the middle of an activity, whatever it might be, I'm not going to think of it. If I am literally in an old, creepy-ass, 100-odd-year-old jail that is known to be haunted, and I hear that, you're going to be forgiven for thinking it's a ghost.
Yeah.
And your mind is going to be forgiven for jumping to that conclusion. Context is everything when it comes to this, and we try to make out it isn't, but it really, really is.
Oh, 100%. TARDIS Karen, I don't think I've said hello to you. Hey, sweetie. Yes, I'm crowing the chat like mad.
Can I say one thing? The locations. When you go to all these locations everybody goes to, they're there for one night or like 5 hours, whatever the hell it is. Each location is going to have their own sounds for whatever reason. If it's pipes, if it's like animals, whatever. You're not there long enough to know. So when you hear a sound, probably there's a lot of things. Obviously, you know this already. I'm just saying. A lot of the time, it's going to be something I think that's natural. It's going to be a lot of things before it's dead people. So if you hear some kind of weird ping or ding or whatever it's going to be, it's more than likely odds are going to show. I think odds show that it's just something within that particular location. If you were there every night for like a month, you might realize what it is eventually. You know, like Joe knows the Monroe house, like the back. If you step in, seriously, Joe knows like if you step in one spot, it makes this sound in the living room for whatever reason, like the boards or something like that. So,
I've got 5 minutes. I'll have to go in 5 minutes. Okay. But yes, that's in the Monroe house. Yeah, I've seen a video where he's done that. We even figured that out when we were in the Conjuring house. And funny enough, we looked at it. It was exactly where Cody was standing during that time with Cody from Cody and Satori, where he was doing that whole bit with Sam and Colby with the whole Libby thing. Like, and I'm not. I don't think that's how he was doing it because he's obviously done it all different places. But it was just so happened to be in pretty much the same spot he was standing when he did the whole Libby thing in the front room of the Conjuring house.
Yeah, and if you know those locations, if you know of it, because it's like our house has obviously wooden floorboards and stairs and stuff. I know which bits I'll step on that are going to creak. Right. I've actually learned because some of ours need replacing. Do you know what I mean? So if you know a location that well. Hey Joe Beams, haven't said hello to you either.
Hey Joe.
Aussie Cat says, I'm pretty open-minded to anything, but we couldn't explain that loud bang. No one was there. Yeah,
but we had no idea what that was. That was it. When I say loud, that was really loud. Like it made everyone jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's not just a little knock, it's literally a sort of really thunderous bang.
The trouble with that as well is like because it's kind of like in a T, and you know we were down the one end of the T where you couldn't, you know, when you looked ahead, it was the dead end of the T, if that makes sense. So some people thought the knock happened on the right side of the T. Some people thought it had the left side of the T. There is a whole upstairs area which we're not allowed to have access to. So there could have been something up there, and we'll never know, kind of thing. But it didn't sound like any kind of like metal contracting. It didn't sound like any creaks. It sounded like a bang.
Yeah.
And that was freaky. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to say otherwise. That was weird.
Yeah.
But I love those things. But, you know, when ghost hunters go crazy and all these sort of things and all this kind of nut stuff happen, when you go to these places, if you get that one bang, that one moment, that one bang, that is more than the vast majority of these places get.
Yeah.
That one moment, that one bang, that will last like less than maybe 1 or 2 seconds. You know, from the time you heard it to the time like the noise completely disappears. You got more activity, if you want to call it that, than most people get when they go ghost hunting.
The quote I've got at the bottom of the screen is actually from James, where it's just finishing, but he talks about how the problem with the fakers and there's being so much fakery around that you're talking about, SEG, is that we're so numb and skeptical from people lying to our faces that we forget why we loved this stuff in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's one of those things I'm trying to campaign at the minute, to try and get some wonder and some fascination back, whether you believe or not. You know, I think everybody's so exhausted with being the fakery and being lied to and not knowing whether everything's real or not. We've forgotten to get back to the actual paranormal discussions. Oh, Crow's Live tonight was great, and people have enjoyed it. Actually, being able to, have a look at.
I like
something.
to think that I was able to contribute towards that as well with all my dumb singing.
Yeah, that's what the paranormal needs: dumb singing.
Yeah, shit, bad singing. Yeah. All right, guys, I've got to go pick my kids up.
buddy.
Right. Thank
But
you.
I'm happy to join anytime, Sarah. One of your live streams, if you're happy to have me.
Happy, just give you the same as I give to Crow. Just if you're around and you want to pop on, just message me.
Sounds good. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye, everyone in the chat. Cheerio.
Bye.
Tally ho.
Bye. Tally ho.
It's good he came in to get the reviews.
Oh, sorry.
TARDIS Karen talk about. Swear I had a figure behind my left shoulder. Thought it was my daughter, but knew she was sleeping. Yeah, that feeling that can unnerve you. I'll have to ask Seg about that incident. I think I've told you the story, Crow, because it's what I'm frightened of putting on the channel, but it is a good story.
Okay.
But Seg being British might be able to say no, I wouldn't do that, or yes. No.
I heard somebody. I won't say it was. It's stupid, but somebody, one of the ghost hunters, said again. Something about debunkers sitting behind computers and stuff like that. It's like that gets on my nerves because you do not have to be. There's a lot of stuff you can debunk. Here's the thing: debunkers all have different skills, right?
Ooh.
And people that are investigators have skills with debunking. They have know-how. They got experience. So there's certain things that they're good at. Like, oh, hey, I use that very REM pod, or I like Joe. I was at that place. There is no door there, whatever it is. So ghost hunters also can make good debunkers. Now, but at the same time, ghost hunters are used to debunking was that sound the water heater or not? Did the REM pod go off because of this? Whatever. There's a difference between analyzing video and different video editing techniques, from masking to the way it's actually filmed, the camera angles, everything, overlaid sounds. There is a skill to that. So when somebody says, debunkers sit behind computer screens, it's very insulting to me because I don't have to be there to know something's bullshit or not,
Yeah. No, I'm 100%. I mean, I'm not a debunker, but I'm a film analyst. And the stuff even from 2020 when I first started watching this stuff, the stuff I looked at and just didn't believe it, and I couldn't have debunked it. I couldn't have said look here. I can tell you how they are faking it, but it was being a film analyst. I would not trust it because of the way it was filmed and the way it's edited as well. Where can you? It was like both. I've said this before, but where Carmel Main and Mindseed, I was suspicious right away because high contrast black and white and a lot of dark spaces. There's all sorts of shit you can hide in there.
Yeah.
Can I see it? No. Can I tell you how they've done it? No, because I'm not a debunker, but I can be bloody suspicious of it. It's like, why are you filming it like this? So no, and I think you're right because you're in the mindset of if you know a place really well, yeah, you can debunk it from that aspect, but you can't. Doesn't mean you can necessarily. There's nothing. It doesn't mean there's no validity in debunking it from a visual aspect or an audio aspect as well. Whether it's and whether that's the actual editing process. I'm not as good on the editing processes and masking and stuff like that. I can tell from my photography experience when something doesn't look right, like different. Was it the one today you were looking at? And I'm sort of looking at some of the footage. Oh, it's the photographs on the footage, wasn't it? Or was it the ones you were doing earlier? And I'm thinking, no, that's double exposure or that's low exposure. I can tell from a photographic point of view. Yeah. But no, you absolutely don't have to be an investigator. I don't know how to investigate other than from what I've seen. Doesn't mean you can't look at something and analyze it, especially when you've been doing it for 6 years, going on 7 years. For you?
Yeah, and well, also if an investigator says, "Oh, you don't go investigating," yeah, but even if you've been to that location before, if you're watching somebody else's video, you weren't there either. You're watching somebody else's video, so you're only given what you see in the video. By the way, CAG's comment is awesome. We've been at our venues for so long. We know the noises the buildings make. We know the different noises the wind blows. We also know the local wildlife. So they, from their experience, you start, she knows, in room 3 over here at midnight, whatever the hell it is. Just saying that's a great example of, it might seem like paranormal at first because you can't explain it, but just because you can't explain it doesn't mean it's a ghost.
Yeah.
And SEG, who knows? SEG could have very well had something paranormal happen to him, but I would say most likely in a building, it's something natural.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's why the number of venues that CAG and Allison have got now, like you say, there was one it's actually the one they were with SEG in, I think. Chat or two ago, CAG was in there, and Gene Allison, when I get the podcast up and running, they're going to come on, because what Oceans was asking about, I don't know if you saw that one, but Oceans was asking about, because I'd mentioned one or two of my experiences. Were you ever frightened? And I honestly, in one of my experiences, was frightened. But it's because I can compartmentalize. Creep me out later, thinking back on them. But at the actual time, CAG had mentioned something that had happened to her 2 or 3 times, and it actually got me thinking. I thought, well, if some of these experiences happened again, like the shadow figure, if I saw another one, I'd probably be more frightened because I've already seen one. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah.
When you first see something or potentially see something, I'm so busy trying to work it out. No, I'm not frightened of it, but I think if I saw one for the second time, so we're going to at some point have a discussion on stuff like that. But when it's at the same place all the time, and you know it so well. Night, Jody Music.
Bye, Jody Music. Bye, Jody Music. Have a good one.
Been seeing a lot in my peripheral vision lately. It's starting to freak me out. I have that sitting at my desk, actually, but it's because I know what it is. It's because one of my desk lights is quite high up. It's sort of clamped to the desk, so I can move it over and wherever I need it for the artwork. And this desk is actually quite wobbly, so every time it moves, I know it's that's affecting me. But sometimes when it starts, it's like, oh my God, is there somebody over there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, I had this like makeshift closet, and at nighttime, if I have like a hoodie jacket hanging over it, and I'm not prepared for it, I'll think it's a person every fucking time, and it does scare me. Just that the shape of it being over there.
Oh, I've done that. Not in the room I'm in now doesn't have a hook on the door, but the smaller room I used to be in did, and I used to put my dressing gown on there, and I knew full well it was my dressing gown, but the number of times I turned the light on just to make sure. You sort of wake up and you see this dark looks like a dark figure at the door. You think, just make sure that is the clothing.
And I was just saying, what CAG's comment has me thinking, because that's what it is too, man. Like, I know SEG wants to, he can say to believe. One night he called me, I think from the Goldfield. He was so excited because he left the camera running in the room, right? And when he went back, it had stopped. And it only recorded like a minute of footage, and it had been there for like an hour. And he's like, he thought that was paranormal. He was really excited. You can hear it in his voice. I'd never heard him like that before.
Yeah.
And I said, but dude, just calm down. Don't cameras do this sometimes. It could be a camera thing. And he was dead convinced. And then couldn't find out. We looked it up. It was a camera thing. I forgot what happens, but it stops after so long when a certain button's pushed. I forgot what it was now, but the point is, SEG was so fucking excited. I think most of us, and that's what we want. I want to believe more. I would love to see actual real evidence, but you have to be strict. You have to be very strict on evidence, because you can't just go, oh yeah, that's probably paranormal because that was cool. It beeped when I asked it or something. That's not enough for me anyway. I know some people that is enough, because I was saying how you freak yourself out, right? If you're a full-on believer in REM pods and all this stuff, of course, to you it's amazing. Oh my God, but you have to be strict. We're talking about a pretty major subject, does the paranormal exist? So you can't just be like, oh, that was cool. It beeped when you said that, or that's why I don't put any stock into any equipment anymore at all, because most of it wasn't even made for ghost hunting anyway. And also, a lot of it's cheap. It doesn't have any data. It doesn't tell you why it went off. It was just to believe it was a ghost. I can't do that. I can't do that. Maybe others can. I'm too skeptical for that. Oh, Cax said, I saw a figure at the asylum. I was alone. Thought someone broke in. Wow.
See,
I would love that.
it's like that, because I've always been open to paranormal. I've loved it since I was a kid. Blah blah blah. And the only thing, I never doubted somebody had actually seen something, but I used to think, oh, there's another reason for it. And when I saw what I saw, because a while ago I started compiling the video on it, and I've actually drawn a map of the building to try and show, that there was only two of us in the building, and me and the other person. That other person couldn't have been where I saw the figure. Let's put it that way. And even when I was drawing the map and putting the video together, I was trying to debunk it. To this day, I'm trying to figure out how I saw what I saw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if you're gonna, and those who go out, because I do think that a lot of teams, you get people who outright fake, but as you know, also you get people who are just, even if they're not outright faking, they're just doing it wrong. That, like you say, they're jumping every time the REM pod goes off, or the app they're using or whatever. You just need to see people question it more and try and debunk and eliminate what can be explained.
Yeah.
Take it from there.
So like watching some of this old stuff that we're watching today, man, because it's interesting to see. We didn't see it today, but there are some stories I've seen that where I'm like, man, some of these people were very, very convincing, and I believe them, but it's hard to tell. It's not proof or anything, but there's a couple stories I've told you guys I wanted to cover for a long time. Didn't want to say what they were because I wanted to cover them in particular, but there's two cases that I really think, one in particular that I think is like, to me, the holy grail of some of the paranormal stuff. There's no proof, there's no pictures, but the stuff that happened this one place, I just was absolutely amazing. And every time I doubt the paranormal, I still go back to that story and I go, yeah, there was something happening there. There was something going on. I totally believe that story. And Smurls was one of them. The Smurls were one of them. I still believe, I don't know all the details like Stevie and them do to the Smurls case, but I always took that case as like the real deal because I never knew why those guys would fake it. They had no reason to fake it at the time. So I still think there was something going on there.
See, we were talking about a case the other day that was similar to that. I don't know whether to mention it or not, but we were talking about a case the other day, and I knew the case, and we talk about, say, for example, people who own properties renting them out, sort of hyping up the story and adding to it. And I sometimes wonder if the people who have called people in, like the Smurl case, for example, whether they've been experiencing stuff, but then the more people that come in, the more the story gets built up. So you do get people end up saying, "Oh, well, none of this is true." Well, no, that's not necessarily the case. I think sometimes there is truth in the original story. They genuinely believe it. But then as soon as you start bringing any outside influence into it, especially the wrong outside influence, in the case of the one we were talking about the other day, where a team had come in and had faked something, that kind of knackers the original story, doesn't it? Does that make sense?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Wayne says we the chat may not be debunkers, but I think a lot of the chat are.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's kind of the point of the debunking community, is to sort of raise awareness. I've seen live chats where somebody who isn't as used to the community or isn't in the community has been talking about stuff, and the knowledge coming out of the chat's been more than mine.
Oh yeah, yeah. The chat, man. The chat knows how to debunk. They know more stuff than we know sometimes, as far as details and what video and this and that. So, because they love this stuff. So I see it all the time too, where they will blow me away how much they know about a location or a video or a team.
With me, because I'm an idiot on the equipment, especially the equipment. Sometimes the chat and naming the devices and how they
Yes.
work, and or they've watched Kenny's videos and they've sort of seen the breakdown of the internal workings of it. Now, bloody hell!
That's
Now
why I
they
said
use
to have a ghost hunter friend, because I can ask Dawson, "Hey man, how's
Mm.
this REM pod?" And Dawson, he pretty much write the manual for a REM pod. He's really good with it, so they can tell you. So, but real quick, what Kak said. Out of what she say, 5 years, 3 shadow figures in 11 years, guys, investigating 3 to 5 nights a week. It
Mm.
just goes to show you can't just go to a location for 8 hours and expect something to happen. You have to be there for months, if not years, to because it's so rare. And on
Mm.
top of that, to catch it on camera, it's even more rare because it barely ever happens, supposedly. And if it does happen, to have a camera on that, it's the odds of that are astronomical. That's why it's hard to get on camera. And
And that's why the places that are charging an arm and a leg for, like the Warren's house, wherever, people can barely afford to go once, let alone, like Joe has
Yeah.
repeatedly gone back to the Monroe house.
Yeah.
When they're charging an arm and leg to go in, chances are most people are only going to go in once. Well, that's not really proper
all you can
investment,
afford.
is it? Yeah.
It's just too much. Yet Joe spent his freaking retirement, man, going. That guy spent so much money going ghost hunting and so much money on cameras, and and this is a crazy thing, man, about real ghost hunters. They don't get no fucking love because just take someone like Joe. He will rent the location out for expensive, drive all the way there, all that stuff. Spend hours investigating all the camera, the SD cards, batteries, all that stuff, right? Drive all the way home, edit for like a month, look through every static cam, every recorder they have to post a video that has nothing.
Mm.
That is as dedicated as you can fucking get, man. And I nothing but the highest respect for people like Joe and Cag and Allison and the real people out there that do this, because you can easily do anything, an overlay, audio overlay, something, anything to make your videos exciting, and they don't do it.
Mm.
Amazing.
Mike says, no, they're using AI, don't even know. I'm not 100% convinced about that. And it sounds stupid, but I've got a video coming out looking at photography, and I put one piece into AI. It was really weird. I'm not going to say what it is because I won't spoil the video, but I put one piece into AI just to see if I could animate it, just for shits and giggles. And it was amazing how it picked up on the fake bit. It was actually amazing. There's Crow gone. Phone's probably died. It was actually amazing how it picked up on the fakery. Now, although it was fakery that was clear to the eye, although we didn't know for a long time, we didn't have it proven for a long time. What I'm hoping, it might be a dream, but what I am hoping with AI is we'll be able to counteract at least some of it. I don't know. Maybe it's a pipe dream that I'm hoping there, but it is frightening that AI could end up. It will certainly end up fooling even more people. So what I love most about Adelaide and PQ, they hear noises they try to debunk immediately. Yeah, absolutely. In my year in review, my most thank you, Pinky. Pinky, I am so behind on yours. I am so sorry. I have had a really weird week being asleep all the time, but I will. I was so creeped out the other month alone. See, I still get creeped out. I mean, I was saying the other night when we were all on that, when I've had my big experiences, for the most part, I haven't been creeped out. But there's cases when I have been. It's usually when I can't quite get it. I actually have got some stories where I was completely creeped out. It tended to be more about sound though. But I still go along with what you were saying when you said you'd seen 3 shadow figures, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, because the more, it doesn't even have to be the same thing. The more you experience, even if you're not frightened at the time. And the more open you are that you've had these experiences, you're more open to the possibility that I will still try and debunk every time, and I know you guys do, but it still opens you to the possibility that it could be something paranormal. Critical of all findings. We have to. I saw a figure at our asylum. I was alone, thought someone had broken in. Yeah, I actually thought, because there was only two, I mean, I must get that video out, but there was only two. We literally opened up. We were opening the place up, and there was only two of us in the building. Crow will be back in a few. There's only two of us in the building, and that's why I tried to debunk it, because I assumed it was the other person, but they were in the wrong sort of they were in the opposite end of the building to where they should be, and then suddenly I heard them where they should be, and it's like, oh, what did I see? Kagai would be scared because it was a real person. Yeah, I think, especially alone in, did you say the asylum? Because that's got to be a big place. There's something about the bigger the place, if I was in one of those huge venues, like an asylum or a prison or wherever, where they are large places, you think, well, you're in one end of the building, who could be in the other? Human-wise, I'm talking about. A bit much when a ghost is a better of two evils. But if somebody's there and they shouldn't be, it's a moment of sight and your brain is filling in the blanks. For example, I see a vehicle now that I perceive to have an open trunk. When I see it's the car next to it, I see it. When I see better, it's the car next to it that I see extra. Yeah. I mean, you've got peripheral vision, you've got persistence of vision. Because the brain will fill in gaps for you. It does that naturally. It's how early film worked. It's how stop motion works. I know what I've experienced, but with all the fakery and lack of evidence has me questioning what I've seen. I think what you need to do, if you've had your own experience, I mean, even before I knew that there was such a thing, even if I was watching the YouTube stuff, even I've been looking at the paranormal since I was a kid, and I have always been open to the paranormal, always, because it's always made sense to me that there'd be more than what we already know. But to this day, I will still try and debunk everything. I've always looked for an explanation. I think that's natural. But I agree with what James says. The quote at the bottom of my screen is we're because of the community we're in, we're exposed to so much bad practice and fakery because that's what's being analysed. It's a shame that we question our own. We should be able to analyse what happens to us our own way rather than just thinking, it's probably not true. Wait, when ghost hunters jump every time a mouse farts, and that is what a lot do. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I mean, when I've had experience, not as an investigator, obviously, when I've had experiences, 9 times out of 10, I've just been curious. And I'd want to know what it was. 3 shadow figures in 11 years investigate. Yeah, 5 nights a week. I mean, I'm 58. I've only ever seen one, possibly 2. But I kind of think the other one was sleep paralysis. But the shadow figure I saw, I was wide awake. It was, it wasn't at night. It was early evening. I was watching TV. Tina says, I used to think I wasn't getting any proof when I investigated because I didn't have the fancy equipment. Now it just seems I'm a terrible investigator. I think, I mean, like I say, I wouldn't know how to investigate. I'd have ideas, but I'm not an investigator. I haven't got the experience. If I did want to start investigating, I'd probably be asking advice for, what to do, etc. But you know, Cags just said, you know, 3 shadow figures in 11 years, investigating 3 to 5 nights a week. Just because you're not capturing anything doesn't make you a bad investigator. It probably makes you a good investigator because you're not making shit up. Cag that Crow says, Cag that shows how much you have to ghost hunt to get stuff. Yeah. I know that now. I was young when I started. You got to be seriously lucky, or you know, there is that. I mean, I'm sure Cag will agree with me. There's that, you know, that element of luck. It's not that things don't happen. It's happening when the cameras are turned on. I mean, none of my stuff's documented because I'm not, you know, just happened. No warning. I've had experiences I can't explain and I've tried. Yeah, me too. But it's not that I dismiss psychology. I don't dare, because Bestie's a psychologist. It's not that I dismiss psychology, but I think I said it in somebody's live today, actually. It might have been Crow's. I sometimes think some people fall back too easy on it, or it's all in the mind. And I do sometimes think some things are in the mind, but I don't think everything is. But the problem when it's your past experiences, obviously you've got no documentation. All you've got is your story. But I still think those stories are important. Smartest stuff. Never paid to investigate a place. I don't know. I think there are places that, you know, if I was an investigator, I would pay, but I wouldn't. It would depend where it was. But I wouldn't pay at the moment anyway because I don't know how to investigate. You don't want to waste my money when I don't know what I'm doing. We did 10 investigations in 12 nights in America. Not a bloody thing. As the AI for creating stuff gets better, so with the AI. I'd never really thought of it like that until I ran that photograph through an AI It was through the AI program I used to do the animations on my intros. I just threw it into that. And the thing with that is it's very sensitive on different textures and different compositions. It's how it picks up what it animates. And it was when I released the video, which will be after the yearbook's out, but when I released the video, you will see it, and it's like it just went straight. I mean, it's an obvious example. It's a very obvious example, but it went straight for the fake stuff. Straight for it. I think that's probably what will happen. So it's a bit like you get people. It's like when Parple used to do it, and sometimes when Mr. Gray does it, they have certain ways of using the programs on their that they have to actually pick up on sound anomalies or visual anomalies. I do think the same thing will happen with AI, to be honest. Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, they have the bots to work out whether you're using it. So, hey, Harrier. Hey, Air Force. Oh, I can't get rid of Air Force. I know it's you, Air Force, so I'll call you by Harrier 51. Do you think that people that are learning how to use AI like us making music will be able to use our skills, learn to figure out what is AI and what is... I already can sense it. Because I've used it so much for this channel. I only use it for the channel. Like I say, the artwork I do myself, but in my artwork for the business I do myself. But I can spot it. I'm not saying every time, but I have one of my things I tend to do sometimes if I'm just, zoning out is I go through the Facebook reels. Spot the AI a mile off. Sometimes. So I was offered $300 for Air Force One. Take it. Foxfire, hey. I'm listening while folding laundry. I'm like a ghost. I'm here, but you can't hear or see me. Nothing new. Oh, bless you. Good to have you here. There's a song in the music charts that completely AI, a Drive Time crew played a bit of it with a real song for comparison. I picked up as AI. It's climbing up apparently. Yeah. This isn't a new technique actually. It's like I can analyze photographs by using Photoshop, even still images. You can do it when you know how it works. Because the thing, whether it's a photograph, whether it's a fake photograph, whether it's AI music, whether it's AI video, it's very. How do I explain this? I have debunked ghost photographs. This is before I had my channel that people have shown me. Oh, look at this photograph, and I can throw it into Photoshop, and you can tell by the pixels because even digital images, they are pixelated. Tiny little squares. It's just that there's a lot of squares, so which is why the visuals look so smooth. And what happens when somebody puts a fake image into another image is they forget to you've got different pixelation, so if you zoom right in on it you can tell the difference. On music there's going to be a certain uniformity. Suno's getting better at it though, but you get a certain uniformity you can pick on. And I am an ex-musician, so I can pick up when it's too perfect, if you like. It's the little imperfections that make something more real than when everything's very smooth. I've only seen one apparition, still don't believe it was real. I think I imagined it maybe. I definitely saw, like I say, I definitely saw what I saw. Because I just assume, and I think what adds to me for that is let's crow back, is I assumed it was the other person in the building. But I could have imagined it, you know? Could have imagined it.
Probably.
Thanks, Crow. Thanks for that support. No one copy us as we are clowns, supposedly. Oh. Ignore them. Ignore anything Seg says. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding to ignore everything Seg says. No, Seg say that.
I saw a comment Wisdom asked earlier, if you don't believe, why do you do a spirit box? He didn't get to answer that, but I was going to say, I think he does it because he wants to at least say he tried it, you know, and give it a good go if he's going to do videos on the stuff. And like, I would totally do it too. Well, I would, you know, but I mean, I would try to like, you know, but I would do it if I was going to go with somebody and they wanted me to do it. Even though I don't believe it whatsoever, I would still give it a try. But I can guarantee you I won't be going, oh, well, that was pretty weird. Because my mind will not let me do that because I know it's a radio. But even though that being said, I don't believe that ghosts can come through the radio like that, especially with that kind of radio. If it was higher tech equipment, maybe something that's working off of like a certain set of frequencies or something like that, and it's analyzing it. Just put a radio on and just go through the stations and no, not at all, not for a minute. But I would at least try it out of respect, just to say, hey, I've done it, guys. I've done Estes method. I've done this. I've done that, and I will do it eventually. Just to say I did it, you know, so that way they can't throw my face. But I would like to experience it as well.
Thing with me, and I don't know what Cag would say to this, but the thing with me is, I've been talking about seeing the full body apparition of shadow figure, you know, big events, but most of my experiences have been audio, have been auditory, with my own ears, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got no problem with people sort of using equipment when it's used responsibly, but especially in a lot of the fake videos, you never, rarely, if they do say, "Oh, what was that noise?" that they've heard themselves, you can't hear it on bloody camera. They rely on all the noise. You know, the fake channels rely on all the noise coming through the apps.
Right.
So
I saw that.
Sorry.
I saw that Spotted Ghost put a video out about something like, why equipment shouldn't be overlooked. And I know he watches our videos, and I know I'd be interested to see his point of view, because I've seen he's been putting videos out about, spirit boxes and why apps should be overlooked. I'm definitely willing to look at his point of view as well, so.
So I've said it before, I'll say it again. So nice to have a fairy godmother that speaks the truth amongst all chats. Who's that then? Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Air Force. I can't. Take me a while to get used to calling you not Air Force. How far behind? Oh God, I'm behind. How have had enough experience? I'm not being able to explain. Starting from childhood, it's gotten more prominent. I've gotten older. You see, I've had less. So, sorry, I'm just going to crow the chat a bit. Didn't realise I was behind. It's okay to use AI like that, Sarah. It's not right if it's hard. I don't like the idea of AI music being sold in the making it into the charts and being sold. No, it's a bit like, like I said, I'm a professional artist. That's what my business is I'm an artist. I don't sell anything that I haven't hand drawn myself. So, if you buy any of my artwork, whether it's a print or whether it's an original, it's all hand drawn by me. I've done a few bits of photography that I've used Photoshop to enhance, but apart from that, no. And as a musician, I don't approve of it being used to be sold. I like it for, just for fun for the channel. But no, I agree with that. It's hard as times, 100%.
It's gonna get crazy, man. It's gonna get crazy.
And that's one of the reasons why, like I said, it's not so much little imperfections; it's the major imperfections more so in music. Yeah, but it's. I think it was when you were away, I was sort of saying, whether it's a still image, a video, or AI video, or AI music, you can spot them, or you learn to spot them because they're too perfect. Any piece of artwork, any piece of music, it's those little nuances that you can't recreate with AI. That's where it gives it away.
Also too, though, man, like the radio, like the top 10 music nowadays, it's so, even before AI, it's so edited and so polished, and they have auto tune. It's basically, I have a friend recently was like, "Hey, check this album out, man. What do you think?" And I said, "I'm sorry, man, I can't get into it." You have to. Why? I said, "Well, dude, it's just so commercial. The music has no feeling. Every track is perfect. The mastering, the guitars, everything just sounds so fucking polished off. It's not raw enough for me.
No,
I like it a little bit. Yeah, okay, cool. Make sure everything's in tune. It sounds good. Add your delay. But when it's so freaking polished, it just sounds. It has to be some rawness there for me to actually like it. But that's pretty much it. It's already happening anyway without the AI, in my opinion.
Actually, now you've said it, it's because I've been said how I turned 13 in 1980, and I was a musician already by 13. And all of a sudden, in the UK, I think we probably had it a bit worse than you guys did. All of a sudden, at 13 in the UK, everything went synthesizer, and
yeah.
And I was appalled, and I was, being a rocker, and the rock bands here fought it for a long time and didn't even bother releasing singles because, they played their bloody instruments, And we also in the 80s had, I don't know if they hit over in the States, but Kylie was part of it in her early music career, was a set of producers called Stop Aiken and Waterman. And it was all just manufactured pop stuff. So yeah, it doesn't have to be AI to do it. I've also seen people, even before auto-tune, that you get a good producer who can tweak the sound. Even back then, you could tell when you saw somebody live and the vocals were a lot rougher than,
Absolutely, yeah. Studio magic, man.
Yeah. Mutt Lang, who used to do I don't know if he still does, but he used to produce Def Leppard's music, and there was with Joe Elliott's voice. I mean, he's got a good voice, but there was definitely
Yeah.
much harsher live than in the studio. So,
Yeah, I used to hate that music. Now I love 80s synth, and I love Def Leppard now. It's probably more so because it reminds me of those days. I used to hate Def Leppard, but now that they come on, I'm like, man, the guitar sounds so damn good. It just, they're a good band. They're good, and they're good live. That's how I respect it. But think about the AI music real quick. AI music, man, it is, because somebody's told me it has no soul, and I'm like, I hate to say this, but there's been times where I've been blown away by some of the hooks and choruses that AI makes. It is like, I did not see that coming. That was very, and the lyrics, it's very impressive.
yeah,
Very impressive. And maybe the AI music itself isn't the highest quality yet. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better than it used to be. But man, I remember looking at AI music about, was it 4 or 5 years ago? Maybe it was longer than that. It was just crap. It was just garbage. It was just sound. It wasn't even nothing. It was just chaos. Now it's getting scary how good it can be.
it's also, you can hear the influence in there, because the last 2 or 3 I've done, I've gone back to doing some sort of harder rock ones, and it's like, it really is picking information from a lot of sources now. It's not just giving you a bland verse chorus song where there's no sometimes it'll even change key and stuff. Think of you often. How is your health? I'm all right, Air Force. Just constantly bitch about it, but I'm all right. I'm coping.
Yeah, you've been going through it, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm a cranky old bat, says Sage Rat. Me too, Sage Rat. Yeah, I think the change in the weather's kind of knackered me a bit at the minute. Hang on. I don't even know where Crow is. I must be behind the chat. Oh, yeah, he's back.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Phil.
What's
Phil
up,
was
Phil?
muting in yours. What he said? Oh, I think he called me 800 years old.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Actually, he's in my chat now. Hang on. Do it in yours. And he's a mod, so I couldn't time him out.
You know the AI stuff too, man. Like, I've, before I had AI to help me with thumbnails and stuff, I was still going into Google and saying, hey, I need a hot dog. I need a person looking sad. I need this. I'd go in there and clip it out.
Yeah.
But the only difference now is I'm just saying, hey, I need this, this, and this, and it does it for me. But I mean, what's the difference really? Before I was using Google to find any picture I wanted and using that for my thumbnail. So, I mean, now it's just a lot easier, of course, but I don't know what effects it's had on real music or artists and musicians and stuff like that. I don't know what effect. I'm sure it's had a bad effect on them, so, which I hate. So it sucks. But at the same time, somebody said it before with AI. Once it's out, it's out. The cat is out of the bag. I think it was Ozzy Osbourne. The cat is out of the bag. It's going to be here if you use it or not. And for me, I'll just look at it as another tool. And we're in 2025, man. Like, it's not going away. It's going to actually be more and more. But I do hate that everything is going to become sanitized AI stuff with no creativity, and that's already happening. That's very unfortunate.
That was happening. I'm going back to the old 80s Stock Aitken and Waterman, and probably before that as well, in some of the pop industry. Sanitized stuff's been happening for a long time.
True.
What it's AI doing.
I hate top 10 stuff. Oh my god, yeah.
I asked GhostTube once if I should pay for a paid subscription. It said no. Had to jump into a meeting. Have a good night. Night, Kaza.
Oh, night, Kaza.
Well.
Kazalicious.
Well,
Kaza started calling me hot dogalicious. Now I call her Kazalicious. Kazalicious. There you go.
Um, hate the 80s music because of synthesizers, shoulder pads. I think with me, it was the musician in me that thought, "Where's the skill in that?" You know, to me, I was a bit of a traditionalist on that, but like, I'm the same. I will listen to a little bit more 80s music than I did at the time. I kind of avoided it like the plague, especially for the first half. Music has always been edgy, testing the boundaries, and that's where we are today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisdom like me living nilly. Phil Collins is an outstanding guitarist. Phil Collins doesn't tend to get the recognition he should really in Def Leppard. He's always kind of the rhythm guitarist idea, wasn't he?
Oh, I thought you meant Phil Collins, like Phil Collins.
No, Phil Collins. No, I did when I first read it. I thought it was a typo. I thought, no, it's Phil Collins of Def Leppard.
Oh, okay.
Long as no one is making a bunch of slop and mass uploaded, it's an okay tool for expression without the true means, but there's a lot that abuse it. There are a lot that abuse it. Phil's got the magic touch on the AL. I'm always asking him questions.
Ooh.
I will also always accuse him of making up genres. That's not real.
Like that song I made myself, the Crow Judas song. I love that song. It pumps me up. When I'm going into a live stream and that song's playing, it's stuck in my head for days. I'm like, fuck, that's a good song. Wasn't written by a human, you know, but like I can't deny that it doesn't really, I guess in the day it's like, if it's good, it's good, isn't it? It's going to stick in your head. It's, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I've admit there's one or two songs I've done that I've really enjoyed and I'll listen to, you know. AI won't likely do live concerts. Well, there's the difference to me as well. You haven't got the personality behind it in terms of, you know, frontman or whatever, and the
I was just saying that I totally see one day when AI robots are a mainstream thing. Like, they already are being made and being sold. Just like Terminator, these are the first level of. Eventually, I can totally see. Could you imagine? Are we still live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, the music cut out. Sorry. So imagine this. Concerts are so just ordinary, right? Imagine going to a concert, and this would sell like crazy, I think, to go see AI robots perform. And not just the robotical ones, like amazing AI robots that can flip around and do crazy shit. And so you think drones are amazing. Imagine what complex AI robots are going to do on a live concert. It'd be fucking absolutely amazing. Because you'd go watch something that's like coordinated and computer programmed, and it'd be amazing. These robots would probably do all kinds of shit, and it's something other than just a regular concert. So I do see that one day happening, actually.
Mind you, I tell you what they did with I didn't see it. I haven't seen the actual shows, and I think it might have been a few years ago, sort of 4 or 5 years ago. But you know the group ABBA, they did kind of did a virtual tour. I don't know if they did it in the States, but I think they did it here. So they weren't actually there. It was them. It was their music, but I think it was a kind of almost an AI version of them when you went to the show. So obviously they're a lot older now and they've split up, etc. But you could still, but people actually went to this ABBA show that was ABBA, but they weren't actually there. So yeah, AI. I mean, I'd go and see a show that's robots flipping, and yeah, I'd go and see that. We have. Unfortunately, I've never seen it, but we often have every so few years. We have War of the Worlds touring. You know the Jeff Lynne War of the Worlds. I'd love to see that. AI will not truly replace seeing that you just can't magically be a musician overnight without copyright and red tape. Yeah, at the moment, the red tape. Crow the chat.
But is Sky Talker going to sleep or going to bed? Sky, if you're going to bed night, good. Oh my God, I can't talk. Night, Sky.
Night, Sky. Thank you for the
Good
gift,
night.
Charlie.
That's all I was trying to say. Oh my god.
All right, Phil's getting shirty now. Wiz still owes me Matt Damon royalties.
Oh shit.
If he's going to start asking for royalties, you're in trouble. Marketing department suddenly wants paying.
Oh shit. Bye, Joe Beams. Have a good
Bye,
night.
Joe. Bye, Joe. It's like the old laser Floyd they used to do at the Red Rocks Amphitheatre. The laser show was awesome. I'll bet. Especially in that location. You sold them for a
Oh
slice
yeah.
of pizza. Yeah, they use a tart for that. They used to do. I don't know when the last time they did it. I didn't watch the last one. I mean, I'm talking about on TV. I didn't watch the last one because Roger Waters isn't part of it anymore. But they do the wall occasionally, using the full sort of show. This guy says, "Cra, I wrote a limerick for you and Joe. It's not even lame."
Oh, cool. I'll look forward to it.
You might need that in writing.
Yeah.
Cool saying, "I don't recall that free pizza." Oh, Pinky's cooking steak. Will you guys stop it? It's not taking so long.
But I was gonna say, we'll just be clear. I don't think AI music. I mean, it might, dude. Honestly, I hate to say it, but AI's gotten so good. I can only imagine in a few years, man. Like it's gonna be. I mean, it probably is already at that level where it could be, mistaken as real. But but I don't know if it's ever going to replace real music and real creators. Who fucking knows, man? This is why it's so scary. Because AI is not just it's another level. It's smarter than us. It's because I was doing a song recently, and the way it took it was just amazing. I was blown away because I've worked with other musicians before and worked with other vocalists before. I'm like, this is hands down beyond anything I could have done or anybody I know could have done. So what the fuck? And this is free, just on a fucking cheesy app,
The only thing I would say about the music industry as a whole, if it's the way it's always been, if it continues, is a lot of people are really into the music, don't just want the music, they want to know the people behind it, and they want the opportunity for live shows and stuff like that. So that might act as a bit of a gatekeeper. I mean, there'll be people who aren't bothered about that sort of thing. If you think about the people who are into, especially in the 90s with the raves and stuff, just into the techno. You still get cars going around here, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think there will always be a market for people who want the full works, talent, and,
live talent and all that good stuff. Yep.
So, Pink Floyd wasn't there at the show, but was projected into the fog, and I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
That's when I saw
What's
he called? Guitar player. Oh my god, my mind's gone.
I think Wayne said earlier in the chat that there's already robot bands.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt if I looked it up, there'd be a thing. So yeah, we're already pretty much there. But I don't think people still realize how much AI is going to take over every facet of our life. So.
This guy says, "Be right back. I've got a limerick to post to Crow." Wiz and Phil, do you want to take it to arbitration?
Hey, we can take the Judge Beardo.
Judge Beardo.
Yeah, he's gonna have his gavel soon when he gets his live judge thing going.
Yeah, Judge Beardo.
He sent me a screenshot of his court setup, and it does look damn good. It does look good. Oh man. Anyway.
Is he wearing the judge wig?
Yeah, he's wearing. I think he's wearing. Yeah, see, I was thinking judge. I was thinking our kind of judge. No, he's doing y'all's kind of judge.
Yeah.
But they like a whole different just a whole different get up compared to ours. So
Yeah, they have these sort of really weird wigs on, our judges.
hey, later, Air Force.
Hi, Air Force. Copycat.
I mean, Harriet 51.
Sheila, hey, how you doing?
Hey, is that Sheila? Sheila?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. Hey, Sheila.
I haven't seen Sheila today. Well, I did in your life. But, time is it? I was probably late for her.
No, I was gonna say too, I'm a music man. There's nothing like making real music, dude. Nothing in the world, you know. Like AI is fun. It's fun to play around with, but man, it's nothing on the real stuff.
No, I 100% agree with that. Philip Wiz.
Shayla.
I mean, I miss playing, but I think in some ways it gets me back into actually creating something, you know?
The scary thing is having home studios, dude. Before, we had like 4-track recorders and stuff, but now it's just insane what you can do. I can record raw vocals into a good microphone, you know, and then take that and do all the stuff studios do. I mean, studios are using the same programs we're using. It's the same shit. So what you can do, the raw vocals from even a high-end mic, it sounds like crap. It's just very raw, dry microphone. But you take that and put it into, you compress it. You add layers of EQ and stuff like that, reverb, delay, all that crap, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing what it sounds like afterwards. It's amazing. So these kind of tools, before they had to have big rack mount equipment spread all around the room, wires running everywhere. Now we just have it all at a touch of a button. Oh, I want this cabinet in this kind of room with this kind of speaker inside of it, with this kind of guitar. I mean, it's insane. We're so fucking spoiled.
I don't think it's just music. I mean, it's like film and, you know, it's all sorts of things you can actually just sit with.
Yeah.
You've got the right computer.
Yeah.
Like you say, you haven't got all the wires and stuff. I mean, even my old Mac's got the old versions of things like GarageBand and Soundtrack that you could do that with. Obviously not as good, but...
Well, hell, I was going to say editing software we're making videos with. You know, some of the stuff we got is way beyond what they had back in the day with, as far as editing video and stuff and effects and shit like that.
So, I mean, I love the idea that we can be home producers now. You know, you don't have to, especially with music. I mean, it probably still does, but it used to cost a fortune if people wanted to go and record something.
Oh, hell yeah. I've done that before. It was crap. It sucked.
And we were talking the other day about you know, you don't have to be signed anymore. I follow several people on YouTube that have got massive channels, you know, hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of subscribers. They're probably making far more than they would going through a record label.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's great like this, dude. Having your own channel, being able to put up whatever you want to the world, whatever your art is, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, being able to do it your own way. If it's, you know, if people like it. You haven't got a record label or whoever telling you, oh, you can't do it this way, it's got to be done this way, or this is what you got to release as your single, blah, blah, blah. And taking a huge chunk of your money. I remember George Michael years ago telling a story about when he was in Wham, and they were huge. I mean, over here, they were absolutely mega.
Yeah.
I think it was when they had Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, which was their big breakout song. And he said, you know, they were at number one and they were everywhere, and, you know, they'd really exploded in the UK. And he said we used to have a show called Top of the Pops that used to play the charts every week. And where they would get the number one artist to go in and play. It's actually how the video for Bohemian Rhapsody occurred, because Queen were like, because they were at number one for 6 weeks. And it kept being at number one, and they're like, we haven't got time to keep going to the studio to you know, mime to the songs. So that's why they made Bohemian Rhapsody, the video.
Wow.
So the Top of the Pops had something to play. But I remember when One Woman Number One, I remember George Michael a few years later saying, people thought we were these mega stars and millionaires. He said he had to get the bus to the studio because obviously, they get so much money, but they don't get paid. If you have your advance, you have to make that money before they pay you anything else. So and a lot of artists didn't get paid properly or didn't get enough or whatever. Because the industry. So speaking of somebody who started doing her own magazines sort of in 1990, you could produce it yourself. Cut out all of the gatekeepers,
Mm-hmm.
And I've waffled, so I'm behind again. It's probably just filling with spiting.
Yes, pretty much. I still craft at dictation. I don't know because because of my arthritis, I have to use. I don't like typing very long. It actually literally hurts my fingers, and I do Me too.
dictate. Yeah, it doesn't take much. My fingers hurt. But I mean, on my Microsoft Word, I dictate into it, and hell, it doesn't make mistakes very often. Do you know what I mean? It's got much better. The chat. Lots of artists take a lump sum up front, rest goes to labels, expenses for tours, etc. But we know the rest of that money goes. Yeah. They would get a lump sum and it wouldn't be huge. And don't forget there were two of them, and I probably took it equally. So, I just remembered, I've heard a lot of stories of artists who, it depends what they do with the first advance, I suppose, as well. They spend it and then they've got nothing left until they make it back. So look at me, bottom of the chat after 2 hours 17 minutes.
Ooh.
I tried, guys. I tried.
Sorry, I'm heating up some eggs, guys.
Heating up some eggs.
Starving.
I'm thinking eggy bread actually when I breakfast.
Eggy bread?
French toast. That's what I call French toast. Eggy bread. I have no idea what Sky's saying, so I'm going to go on to Caroline's ding ding ding.
Oh man, you guys are funny. I swear to God, you guys in the chat may really crack me the hell up.
There were some classic comments in your chat today.
Oh my God.
Big fun reading it.
A lot of the comments I have to kind of skip over.
Oh yeah, in your chat, yeah.
Really bad.
But not all of them. Heating up some eggs. Eggs! It's eggs. Or as you would call them, liquid chickens.
Ugh.
Still hungry, Crow. I hate athletes. They get rich on my invention. I'm complaining to Kenny. Actually, Kenny has this nasty habit on his Facebook page of posting what he's bought. You know, when he goes to like swap meets.
Oh yeah.
And he was in the chat the other day. I was saying to him, I was so jealous. I might have to try and look for one. He found a Houdini action figure. It was awesome. I just thought it was so quirky.
Yeah. What's that? I know, right as I'm eating eggs. But Kenny's doing a video on that whole picture thing, Sarah. The sketch on the picture stuff. He's doing a whole video on that. He went and bought a bunch of film. Hey, Bear, leave her alone. Oh God.
I'm looking forward to that because I mean, I have theories about what it could be, but I don't know what it is.
He sent me some pictures. He's been recreating it. He's getting. I think he's getting there now.
But I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, one of the guys worked in a photo lab. So, you know, if you know, I mean, I don't. I mean, I know my darkroom photography and film photography, but I don't know about Polaroid photography. Other than the basics of how it works. So,
Real quick, bye. Alexis, have a good night.
oh, Alexis, night, sweetie. I think. I mean, this is complete guesswork on my part, but I think it was on the. I think they were on the. The writing was on it before they took the picture, so the writing.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me. That's the logical suggestion. You know, maybe some sort of because the idea of it being scratch, I couldn't see just from the visual, obviously, which wasn't very clear. I couldn't see any texture on it, so I think it's. I think they write it on there, on some sort of chemical, and it probably stops that part of the photograph being exposed. You know, so the picture will go everywhere else, but it's like blocking. Sorry, I'm going to cough for a minute. I'm just going to go.
Yeah, the good thing. I was say, yeah, they took controlled pictures when they first got there, and lo and behold, none of them worked because they probably took that film straight from what they had and took pictures, and nothing happened. But that one guy snuck in that fucking roll that was pretty much already tampered with, and that's how they did it, I believe. But it was cool to see Kenny get excited about something and want to do that. I know Elaine went out and bought her own exact camera as well. She bought actually exact camera. So, because she really got, that was so fun, man. Something different than fucking spirit boxes and shit. Thank God.
It's also something tangible, you know, actually being able to go out and
True.
get the camera and the film, and instead of everything
True.
being on the computer.
Somebody said it earlier. I miss film. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do too, man. I miss a lot of. I miss analog. You know.
Because I think that it makes sense to me knowing because I do know how I've done it myself in the dark room where I've put one picture on top of another, for example, and it's how you actually expose it to light. You can get different variations, and to me it makes sense that actually what's happening is the writing isn't on top. What the writing's actually doing is stopping that part of the photo being exposed and developing. So I'd be interested to know what Kenny comes up with. It could be something completely different, but logic would dictate that to me. That's what's happening. I think the writing was already on it. I like that he's looking into it though, because I'm sure if anybody can find the reason for it, Kenny probably can. If he's got the bit between his teeth as well to do it,
He can do it.
he can do it. I've got the hiccups now. Awesome.
Have to go in a few, but
Yeah, so I'm going to end soon. I'm going to take it to 2.5
Okay.
hours, and then I'm going to end it. But thanks for coming on, and thanks SEG for coming on as well.
how long have you been going? Okay, cool. I'll stay with you to the end. Roll
Yeah,
there.
2.5 hours. That tends to be, unless I'm really on a roll, that tends to be my limit these days. So, especially when it's nearly 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man, how did you stay up so late, Sarah?
I didn't. I mean, I have been up through the night and sleeping through the day at the minute, but what I did was I left SEG's live about 20 minutes before he finished, and I did have a couple of hours just dozing. I set the alarm. So I actually feel all right. But my day's the wrong way around at the minute. I am literally sleeping on and off all the way through the day, and then just up all night. I'm getting nothing done.
Um,
Jam it before you cream it. Hell yeah.
oh gosh. Oh no. Butter on a roll. That sounds absolutely amazing.
On hot bread.
Yep.
You guys have been awesome today. So many live streams. Yeah, it's been a good night. Crow and then
It's been really cool.
lively intermission with SEG singing.
Yeah, it was we had a bunch of lives today. You and Laura, Seg and me, and Mr. Gray was live, and so yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
It's been a good day.
I'm just glad I get to go live during the daytime, and so that was neat. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a good live. I really enjoyed that sighting.
I did too, man. I'm looking for other shows. There's quite a few shows out there like that, and I think it was Sort of Rican sent me one today that he found was about Toys R Us or some shit. So yeah, I was looking for stuff like, oh, who can I react to, and I can't do it, right? I can't. It's boring. Just sit there and just watch mindless paranormal videos and go, oh, this is stupid. It's just.
I think though it's like when you're watching the sightings or if you're watching unexplained mysteries and stuff like that, going back to also I suppose me doing the photography thing, when you go back to the pre-digital era,
yes.
I think sometimes looking back to see what was done, and we can't sit there and say, oh, it's AI or oh, it's editing, or whatever. We have to think harder about maybe a bit like the photographs, you know. You have to think a bit harder about it and maybe get people more interested again.
What really interests me is watching like the one from the Sally house today and watching that guy, all of a sudden his blood. It's like, this is I'm telling you, very interesting to me because we're so used to watching YouTubers and what they do. And then going back and seeing these people and like I got scratched today, and it's very similar in a lot of ways, but at the same time it's a lot different. And I really get, I'm trying to say this, but it was really cool getting to see. This is back in the day. We don't even understand sometimes how old that stuff was. And so that guy scratching himself like that, in the Sally house, and it was just, man, it's very similar to what they're doing, I guess. But at the same time, it was cool to see what they were doing before the internet.
Yeah, and like I keep saying, we didn't invent the paranormal. It's like when I did the Victorian era, and you still had fakers and debunkers. To tell you what I found interesting, and I might go back and look at your live. Don't take it down. I might go back and look at your live at the beginning to get the name. From my point of view, I found it fascinating when they were talking about the aliens, when they were talking about the Greys, and the guy who'd done research right the way back into the artworks. Because yes, a lot of fakers, for example, will, and a lot of us will look in terms of what we've seen on film and stuff. But the artists have to get the ideas from somewhere as well. So I'm actually going to see if I can try and find out how far he actually went back and what he found out. I thought that was a really good way of doing it. He said he'd gone through all the old magazines and stuff. I think he'd gone back into the 1800s and he'd found one that could be argued to be, like a grey.
Yeah.
And things like that, it's like, to me, that sort of thing's interesting. Brings a lot of it back into it being fascinating again.
Yeah. Fun.
Crow thought about doing a video about the haunted apartment, whatever that number was.
The one is that something we watched today, Wisdom? I can't remember, man. I'm sorry. But also, I love when the Ghost Hunter got there, all of his equipment, and I'm like, this is fucking 30 years ago? Or 40 years ago? 30 years ago. And here comes this guy. He has like a temperature thing. He has got this. He's got that. It's just curious to see the techniques that they used even back in the day. And unfortunately, a lot of it is a lot similar. But there's still a few things I saw that they don't do it nowadays anymore. But Very cool though. It's man, it's a change of pace.
Yeah, it's something different. And I think we need something different at the minute. Get people excited about it again.
80s wood panel walls. What can I say real quick too about that is that like we can watch real investigations. Like seeing Cag and Allison and with SEG was fun. I think a lot of the real paranormal stuff that we watch, it's mostly just to watch our friends hang out. When Joe goes out with X, Y, and Z, and they're out there having fun, walking around, they're not getting anything. We're just watching them go through the motions usually, but it's nice to see Seg hang out with Allison and Cag and the what they have going on. They're back and forth and watching Joe with people, and that part's fun. You know, you're watching your friends on TV. That's cool. But a lot of times we can watch, like we can do a live review of a real investigation, but you're really not going to, it's very boring, unfortunately, because there's nothing happening. So we're mostly watching just to watch our friends, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But I would watch more live, real reviews, but you're kind of just watching people walking around. That's just the reality of it. That's not a diss or anything. It's just the reality, and that's okay.
But I do think as a community we need more.
Oh shit, Wisdom. I'm sorry, buddy. Thank you for reminding me of that. I completely forgot about that. My bad, dude. I'm very scatterbrained, my friend, and I'm glad you reminded me, buddy. I needed that reminder for real because I do want to look into that.
Yeah, Cag just said the problem is it's great fun, but not many watch it. Unfortunate for SEG.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
And that's another reason to try and. I'm not talking about the investigation channels now. I'm talking about, channels like myself trying to get people. It's like the quote, James's quote at the bottom. It's sort of we need people to get excited about it again. And remember why they liked it in the first place. Whatever it was, I can trace mine back to having a book on the encyclopedia when I was under 10. Used to read through it page to page, or just fascinated by it. And I think that fascination's probably got so jaded, as James says in that, because of we're aware of the fakers that are out there. Doesn't mean we shouldn't get excited about the real stuff.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss having that feeling too. And it's like, unfortunately, the debunking community, it's just the downfall. Is that we're a paranormal community, but at the same time, it's turned very much drama themed, to the point where you can do a good video about aliens or something like that, and it's nobody wants to watch because it's not drama. And sometimes it's not even a person not wanting to watch it. YouTube just doesn't send it out. They go, because YouTube knows. They know as soon as it's not your regular shit, they put it on the back burner, and it sucks. And it's like it sucks because we can't. We want to explore and do different topics, and I've done it before in the past, and you get a quarter of the views. And it's like, well, fuck, I just wasted 2 weeks or even more from this video that nobody wants to watch because it's not calling out somebody or whatever, But I hope we can get better with that, or make it in a format where people will want to watch it even more so. So I'm going to do that, and I might take a hit on views, but I have to do something different, dude. I can't keep on doing this every week, or
I mean, I'm in the same place with my own stuff, so just going to do what I want to do. So just hope some people watch it.
Look,
well said, Kat. Sometimes you can't win either way, so just do you. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say to one point is that if you're not feeling what you're doing, people are going to know it. If you're just going through the motions, if I'm just like, okay, what video do I rip apart this time? Oh, it's stupid. Oh, look at them. If I'm not feeling it anymore, how can I make a good video? It has to be something I want to do, and people could feel that through the screen. Well, not through the screen, but you know what I'm trying to say here. It's like, that's what I feel like I'm doing sometimes. I'm kind of going through the motions with some of these videos. And I would mind doing some other stuff and kind of break it up. And that way, when I come back to the fake stuff, I can go, oh, yeah, this is, bullshit. But I'm burnt on that crap, man. I really am.
The other thing with what Wisdom's saying here, it doesn't bring the views in right away. Doesn't mean that one day at 5 won't hit and the views won't come in. All right, it might not be masses of views, But it's like I'd talk to Caroline because I get tired of the same locations. I do. So obviously, Kagan Allison have got a lot of Australia. I'd like to see more Australian locations. So at the minute, I'm going through some of Kagan Allison's older videos where they've done, investigation in Oz. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that people won't go back if they're aware that you've got stuff on your channel that sometimes I say, I did a video on that, and I'll sometimes put the link on even if it's back and I've seen everybody else do it. It's like if it's there, then it is available. It's both annoying and frustrating when you don't get the views straight away, but it doesn't mean that unfortunately the way YouTube works is you rely on the views coming in straight away, don't you, for it to keep the traction up.
Sometimes it will do. I've had one video that was like after 6 months, all of a sudden it took off.
Yeah. And then you got the master in the chat. If he's still here, yes, he is. Mr. Transformers. What did he get on the about 40 something thousand views?
Yeah.
Kept having a resurgence. So did the Wiener
Sorry.
Washer one. Every so often he says, "Oh, Wiener Washers." Right, guys. I'm going to end it there. And thank you, Crow. I appreciate you coming on today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, all being well, if Phil's got the day off, we'll be doing the Christmas launch on Saturday.
Cool.
Keep an eye out for a members live from me. Otherwise, I'll see you Saturday. Toodles.
All right, guys. Everybody have an awesome night. I'll see you next time.
Don't need coffee.
I need coffee. I need coffee.
You don't need coffee.
I need coffee.